The woman with the issue of blood made up her mind, made her way through the crowd, and touched Jesus in such a manner that it made way for her deliverance. She wasn't waiting for the revival. She wasn't waiting for the deliverance service. She wasn't waiting for an invitation, but spent all that she had faithfully trying to get better. When that didn't work, she made a way for her own deliverance. Yeah. I want you to understand the magnitude of that statement. Jesus didn't reach out to her. Everything in the world said she had no business going there. She made a way for her own deliverance. Somebody ought to be glad that you can make a way for your own deliverance. Yeah. Because somebody's not going to take the time to bother with you. People are going to pass over you and walk by you like they don't see you. But my faithfulness to becoming healthy can make a way for me to be delivered. My commitment to the fact that God has better for me can make a way for me to be delivered. I don't have to wait until I can get to the bishop. I don't have to wait till I get to the pastor. I don't have to wait until they have the consecration service. I don't have to wait for the prayer line. When Jesus contacts, I can make a way for my own deliverance. I don't have to live bound by other people's opinions. I don't have to live bound by my previous dysfunctions. But I don't have to worry about whether or not my family is going to support me. I can make a way for my own deliverance. If I recognize in Christ that I have power, that I have deliverance, that He wants to bless, I can make a way for my own deliverance. Thus Jesus says to the woman, your faith has made you whole. Yes. Her faithfulness created her opportunity. Understand, her deliverance didn't come through medicine, psychology, psychopharmacology, Facebook therapy, but she availed herself of all of these things in pursuit of her health. In trying to get healthy, she went to everything she could do. She didn't stop going to the doctor because I didn't like what he had to say, so I'm going to wait on Jesus. She went to another doctor. This one didn't help. I'm going to stop going to the doctor. And I'm going to wait on Jesus. She went to another doctor. She went to the homeopathic specialist. She didn't just, I'm going to wait on my miracle. I'm just waiting on a miracle. And God's going. She walked. And these other things sustained her along the way. Thank God for being a sustaining God along the way. In the Bible days, 38 years was old for healthy men. In the Bible days, I ain't old. In the Bible days, 38 years was old for a healthy man. Somehow this man was sustained for 38 years as an invalid, sick beggar. Don't know how that happens. Bible doesn't tell us. But it takes a God to keep him, because that man should have been dead a long time ago. 12 years ago, or 12 years is a long time to be sick, a long to be an outcast, especially for a woman of severely limited means. But thank God for sustaining grace along the way. Yeah. Sometimes we get excited over the moment and cry over the process. Sometimes we get excited about the notion of deliverance and then moan the entire time we're on our way to try to get better. Sometimes we want to shout over the moment and forget about the journey because the journey sucked and that was terrible, and I don't want to not realizing it was the grace of God that took you all the way along. Yeah. You're looking for God to move, wondering where your deliverance is coming, not realizing God is keeping you the whole time. You'd have broke down and fall apart if it wasn't for God. You'd have took a trip off the high-level bridge if it wasn't for God. You'd have been broke, hungry, they'd have took your house, they'd have took your car, they'd have put you out on the street if God hadn't sustained you. So yeah, it's difficult, but you need to learn how to see God's grace in the process and thank God for a sustaining grace. Yes. Thank God that He kept me when I was making $8 an hour, working 2 and 3 jobs, and still overdrafted my bank account. Amen. Thank God He kept me safe when I was rolling in the car with a busted cooling system and leaky brake lines because it was all I could afford. Amen. Thank God for sustaining grace before I got there. Amen. Yet there is that moment for me, for you, for this woman with the issue of blood, when faith met proximity and they birthed opportunity and deliverance. Yeah. When faithfulness and faith make contact with divine power, it flows naturally. Yes. When faith and faithfulness We've talked before, you can't separate faith and faithfulness, but I got to mention them in this. When faith and faithfulness contact divine unction, power flows naturally. And you see example before, this thing's plugged in a wall socket. That's all right. We got cable, we got wall socket. When it makes contact, I don't have to turn it on. The switch is there to turn it off. Amen. The switch is there to turn it off. But everything left to its own devices, when it makes contact, power flows naturally. Yes. Growth occurs naturally when faith and faithfulness make contact with power. Deliverance occurs naturally when faith and faithfulness make contact with power. What we have to be committed to do is making contact with power.
Amen. Yes, yes.
All right.
Amen.
We sing, call the name of Jesus. We get excited about call the name of Jesus. We love the name of Jesus, and then we say, I can't. Is there anything too hard for God?
No.
If there's nothing too hard for God, and I'm connected with God, and power flows naturally, is there anything I can't do?
Yeah.
Is there y'all got quiet?
Yeah. We listen.
Is there anything I can't overcome?
Yeah.
Is there anything I can't become? If I am contacted to power, if I maintain connection, if I maintain faithfulness, God's got something for me. I don't know how to get there. I know it's somewhere out that way. So I'm going to start walking this way. And eventually maybe he'll direct me. I know it's somewhere over here. I'm not exactly sure which way I need to turn or what's in front of me. But I'm going to move.
Yes.
I'm not standing in the same place. We're going somewhere. Because I would rather be healthy than live unhealthy. I would rather prosper than just be conveniently sustained in dysfunctionality. Some folks, this woman had to push some folks out the way in the process. Some folks that wouldn't have wanted to make contact with her ended up having to make contact with her. She broke a couple social rules trying to get there. She trampled on political correctness on her way up. It was not a conflict-free road. Nobody picked her out the crowd and invited her to meet Jesus. If anybody would have noticed her, she would have been in trouble. They might have killed her. But she wasn't worried about surviving and getting by. This woman was not content to survive and get by because it's the best I can do for now. And I guess this is just what's going to have to be for now. And I already talked, ain't nobody going to help me right now, so I guess this is just going to be where I have to live for now. That was not this woman's mentality. She wasn't worried about being liked. She wasn't worried about being polite. But she wanted to be made whole. She decided that she would rather risk her life than pass up an opportunity to be healthy.